All right. So let's begin. Okay. So Kundalini Yoga, I just want to get right into this. It has a practice where you start by tuning in with a mantra at the beginning of each time you practice a session. And then there's a mantra that you use to actually complete or tune out. So I want to do the tuning in one right now. And then I want to actually do the tuning out one. We'll just practice it. It won't actually be tuning out because we're going to do some Kundalini Yoga. But I want you to know what the tuning out one is. The reason is because sometimes people will tend to go along for 30 or 45 minutes, then they got to go, and they just click off the meeting, which is fine. You can leave anytime, but they haven't done the completion mantra. So if you do leave on your own, then please, which you know, leave whenever you want, but please do the completion mantra. So we'll practice them both right now. So you know the beginning one and the ending one. So that kind of is a spiritual envelope, so to speak, around your practice. So you don't have to do it for each Kundalini Yoga exercise. If you're just going along in the middle of the day, you want to do something for 1 minute, you know, there's some 1 minute stuff. You don't have to do this mantra before and ending. But if you're going to sit down and say, okay, I'm going to do a session, that's when you would do that. So the tuning in mantra, put your hands, rub them together a little bit. Rubbing is optional. Then you place them right here in prayer position with the thumb in the notch of the sternum, like that. And we're going to recite a mantra 3 times. And that mantra, put them together, Michael, like this. Yeah, yeah. No gaps. Okay. Yes, Lenny.
I'm not understanding what you mean by the notch of the sternum. There's a process.
Right. So right here,
okay.
You just go down, there's your breastbone, and then there's a depression right under it.
Yeah, that's the xiphoid process, yeah.
Okay, right. So you put that right here.
Okay.
There.
Oh, okay. Great.
Okay, it stimulates a certain meridian.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, so thanks for the detailed question. So you just put that here. That's it. Okay, and we're going to chant this mantra. If you don't know it, just follow along, and it's. I'll just show it to you as well. So we'll share the screen here. Okay, so this is the mantra right here. This is it. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Okay? So we're going to recite that 3 times right now. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. So just feel yourself connected to the spiritual energy, whatever that means to you. And the meaning of this really is you're tuning into your own divinity. And if you want to connect also to any higher beings that you're, you know, believing in or you like connected with, that's totally fine too. So that's basically the way to start out the session, and gives you protection and blessing while you do your Kundalini Yoga. So then to end, we're not ending now, but we're going to practice the ending one. Then we say a mantra 3 times with the same hand position, and that mantra is Sat Nam, S-A-T-N-A-M. But the Sat is pronounced Sut, like S-U-T. So it's S-U-T-N-A-M. So that is with a long Sat and a short Nam. So we'll just do this now so you know how to do it in case you leave early. Because we'll do it at the end of our session, but if you're gone, please do it on your own. So here we go. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. And then there's a song, which I gave the YouTube link here together, that you can use. Good to sing a couple phrases of it at the end, which is, may the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. So that's basically just a piece of a song that's used kind of as the second part of the ending. And you're basically singing that to yourself. So it's a blessing. Okay, so beginning and end, this is part of the write-up that you're going to get. And the first method that I'd like to share with you is called, in Kundalini Yoga, the methods are called Kriyas. That's the name of them. That's Kriya just means yogic formula that has combines breathing and hand positions and posture and so on to create a particular result with mantras and so on. So this method is called Gan Puttee Kriya. That's the name of it. Okay. So the benefits are to eliminate negative thoughts, psychic scarring, acute stress, all kinds of subconscious junk, and it's also said to make the impossible possible, whatever that means. But so this is kind of like the Kundalini Yoga spelling of this name, Ganapati. Ganapati is Ganesh in the Indian tradition. Ganesh is the remover of obstacles. In this case, we're removing the deep subconscious obstacles. So the way this method works is that you sit in any position just as long as your spine is straight and upright, okay? Or just whatever works for you. If you're in a chair, it's good to put both feet flat on the floor. And then we're going to use a common eye position in Kundalini Yoga, which is having the eyes 9/10 closed, okay? So a lot of times when we do the eyes 9/10 closed, we're actually looking at the tip of our nose. But in this case, we're going to do it in a different way. We're going to keep the eyes 9/10 closed. So you're just going to see a tiny bit of sliver of light at the bottom, but you're just going to look straight ahead into the darkness or look between the eyebrows. Okay? So that's your eye position. All right. Now, this mantra combines finger positions. This Kriya combines finger positions with mantras. So what you're going to do is you're going to rotate. Your fingers are going to be with the backs of your hands on your knees like this. And while you're doing this, you're going to rotate between 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to be touching the pads of your fingers to your thumbs to each of these 4 fingers in turn. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is connecting different meridians that affect the brain in different ways. I'm not going to get into it right now, but that's what it's doing on a physiological level. So you're going to put a very light pressure to make a connection. It's just a little bit more than not like just a feathery touch you can barely feel, but it's not a hard press. It's just a bit of pressure there, make that connection between the tips or the pads of these 4 fingers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so while we're doing those 4 movements, we're going to be using syllables. So I'm going to show you what the syllables are here. Okay, so the syllables are 3 sets of 4 syllables. The first set is sa, ta, na, ma. Okay, so that one is sa, ta, na, ma, like this. So sa for the first one, ta, middle, ring finger, na, and little finger, ma. Pretty straightforward, okay? Sa, ta, na, ma. All right, second set of 4 syllables. So this mantra has 12 syllables in it. Ra, ma, da, sa. Okay, got it? Ra, ma, da, sa. Third set of 4 syllables, sa, se, so, hung. So what this means here is that to get through the 12 syllables of the mantra, you're going to go through the fingers 3 times. Okay, so the mantra is 12 syllables long, and you're going to get through 3 rotations of the 4 touches to get through it. Is that totally clear? Does that make sense? Sa, ta, na, ma. Ra, ma, da, sa, se, so, hung. All right. By a show of hands, is there anybody who doesn't get it? Okay. So this is pretty straightforward. Sata nama rama dasa sase sohang. Okay. So this is a very, very simple practice.
Could you keep showing the mantra? I mean,
Yes.
the words, please. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Is it big enough? Okay. All right. So if need be, while this is your first time doing this, you can just read it off the screen. But then after a minute or two, you should have it memorized. You can close your eyes to 9/10, looking straight ahead into the darkness. If you need to read it the whole time, that's fine. But after you've learned the practice, you can do the eye position in the proper way. And I'm going to include the meaning of the mantra in the material I send you. I just don't want to take the time to go through it right now. Each of the 12 syllables has a different meaning, and but energetically it's doing something to you, which is the main thing. Okay, so the whole practice is just to sit there with the straight spine, backs of the hands on the tops of the knees, wherever's comfortable there. And we're going to then, you just inhale and you're going to out loud then recite this mantra. So there's two different ways that you can recite it. You can use a tune. There's a particular tune that's used, which is a bit of a rising and falling like this. Sata nama rama dasa sa se so hung. If you like that, you can do that, or you can just do monotone. Sata nama rama dasa sa se so hung. That might be easier. You can do it that way. It doesn't matter which of those you choose. Okay, so we're going to practice this. This technique is normally done for 11 minutes. We're going to do it for 5 minutes today together. And before I start this, and I'll put the syllables back up in a second, I'm just going to stop the screen share to see all of you. Are there any questions before we begin? Doesn't look like there's any. Okay. All right, so here we go. Okay. So for the first, we're going to start now. I'm starting the timer. For the first 2 or 3 times through, I will say the syllables out loud, but the whole with you. And by the way, this is chanted out loud, so mute yourself. Later on, we can do some where we'll all hear each other. I will recite out loud for the first 2 or 3 times through, and then I will mute my mic until the bell rings. So here we go. Sitting with the spine straight. Eyes net 9/10 closed. If you need to read the mantra, it's fine. Looking ahead into the darkness. Inhale. Moving the fingers. Sa, ta, na, ma, ra, ma, da, sa, se, so, hung. Sa, ta, na, ma, ra, ma, da, sa, se, so, hung. Satanama Ramadasa Sa Se Soham Satanama Ramadasa Sa Se Soham. Okay, that's 5 minutes. Okay, so the next part of this is to inhale, hold the breath as long as you can, and move every part of your body randomly to integrate this. Okay, do it twice more. Try to hold your breath between 20 and 30 seconds and just move everything around. Okay, come back to center when you've completed the third one. Okay, and the final part of Gan Puttee Kriya is to sit absolutely still, eyes 9/10 closed. This time we're going to look at the tip of our nose, and we want to concentrate on the tip of the nose as much as possible for 1 minute time. Okay, that's 1 minute. That is Gan Puttee Kriya. It's typically done between 11 and 62 minutes. And everything we just did, I'll come to you in writing. So this is a good time for any questions, or also to share what your experience has been on doing this.
Feel relaxed.
Good. Totally free of all negative karma? Yeah, okay.
The whole body is vibrating pleasantly. Like there's this warm vibrating feeling in most of the body right now. It feels very healthy.
Yeah, I feel very energized, like very, yeah, very awake, so to speak, not, you know, like not sleeping.
Well, this is about awakening, so glad to hear it. Lenny?
Yeah, the chanting was good at breaking up congestion.
You got a physical result.
Yeah. Well, I have COPD, and so both the breath holding and the chanting were good.
Good. Yeah, I think Kundalini Yoga can be very beneficial for different types of congestive things. So beautiful.
I feel very calm but tired, like I want to take a nap. But
Well,
it's,
maybe
it's okay.
it's bringing out some of the residual tiredness that's in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody else? Okay, so we can move on to the next method. So so a lot of the techniques that are taught in this meetup are basically you kind of do them in a practice session. You can't sit there with your eyes 9/10 closed doing your fingers while you're doing other stuff, okay? You just like doing a spiritual practice. But there's a few things that you can do kind of in the midst of your day, like right now when it's needed. So this next technique I want to teach you is for that. It's anytime. It's for any time you have a mental challenge. So that's a pretty wide category, okay? So this can be done when you're driving, when you're in a meeting, even in a conversation. It can be like with your eyes open, eyes closed. You don't have to stop or prepare. You don't have to do a mantra to start. You can just do it right at the moment, okay? And it takes 5 seconds to do it. So the way that the method works is you inhale, hold your breath for a few seconds, and during the few seconds, you're going to say some mental syllables, and then you exhale. So that's it, okay? So pretty simple method. So we're actually going to use the word victory. So what Yogi Bhajan did is he changed the energetic vibration of the word victory to be used during this method. So the way it works is you're going to separate victory into its 3 syllables, and you're going to say them separately. Vic, tor, e, like that. Not the one word victory. You're going to say Vic, tor, e. So that is the methodology, but you're just going to say it to yourself. So it's inhale, hold the breath, while holding, recite to yourself, Vic, tor, e, and then exhale. That's the whole technique right there. Okay, it can be used as many times as is needed, but what it does is it provides an elevation at the moment to get you over what the challenge is. So it's a way of boosting your vibration and raising it so that you can surmount what challenge that you're facing. So it's great to be used topically, like, okay, XYZ is going on, so I'm going to just apply this like right now. Okay, so let's try it a couple of times. All right, probably not facing a significant challenge right now, but we'll go ahead and practice it, and then you can use it kind of in your toolbox for like daily situations. Okay, so here we go. So inhale. Hold the breath, mentally say Vic, tor, e. Exhale. And inhale. Hold, Vic, tor, e. Exhale. Once again, inhale. Hold, Vic, tor, e. Exhale. Okay, so that's 3 times. The protocol is you just need to do it once at a time. If you want to repeat, fine, but challenge is there. You can apply this. No one, has any knowledge you're doing it, and it gives you just a way to overcome challenges that you're facing. Yeah, Michael.
When you say challenge, mental challenge, what if you're having like difficulty in a relationship at the moment, or could that be a?
Oh yeah, so mental challenge basically is such a broad term. It means any problem you have could be termed a mental problem.
Okay.
I mean, even really, if you look at, we're advanced finally now enough in our human studies of pain to realize that 90% of what people call pain is actually the emotional suffering that we generate around the physical pain.
Mm-hmm.
And people have found that if they've trained themselves to not have that emotional suffering, which is mostly consist of, I don't want this to be happening,
Mm-hmm.
then the physical pain doesn't necessarily go away, but your perception of having a painful experience is greatly reduced. So that's a mental thing right there. You know, pain is a mental challenge. Relationships, a relationship situation is by definition a mental challenge.
Okay.
You know, so to speak, you know. So yeah, absolutely. You know, maybe you're having an argument. You don't want to be arguing, you know. So the victory really would be over yourself at that point. The victory would be over the part of you that's deciding to manifest a painful emotion. In that case, just as an example, you know. It could be a fear that you're having, you know. It could be like you need more oomph, you need more of courage. So look, wherever you are in your life that you don't feel like you're winning, you could use a victory.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So this isn't about winning over other people. It's just about moving forward and getting what you need to get done, so to speak, or relating to life in the way that works for you. You know, the way that's skillful.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions, comments about this particular technique? It's very simple. And I've been using it, and you know, I feel it's been helping me. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Okay. So let's move on. Okay, so the next one is another very simple method that has a benefit or result that I find or believe to be extremely important. Okay. There's a lot of techniques that I've been presenting to like get rid of stuff like phobias or fears, or just like, you know, deleting junk out of the subconscious. That's what, you know, it's called clearing the subconscious. However, there are other methods to just have positivity going on, or thirdly, to transform the negative into the positive. So there's like three operations. You can get rid of the negative, you can invoke the positive, or you can transform the negative into the positive. Okay, so there's three different basic ways to work with your subconscious stuff. So this particular technique is in the third category. So it is the technique to transform negative thoughts into positive thoughts. All right. So while you're doing it, you can be thinking of the negative thoughts, or you can just not think of them, because it's going to work either way. You don't have to think of them. And in fact, with the mantra we're going to be using, you're probably going to be focused on the mantra, and there's a physical thing to focus on too. So you don't, if you're not thinking of the negative thoughts per se, it's going to work 100% as well. If they do come up and you're thinking of them, that's fine too. All right. Okay, so the position is just to sit in a peaceful environment with the spine straight. And in this case, we'll have our eyes closed. Last time was 9/10 closed. This time, all the way closed. So this is the mantra here. Okay, so I'm going to pronounce this for you. You can look up what the meaning is. If it's important to you, I'll tell you. But anyway, Ek Onkar Sat Gur Prasad. So that's the basic of the mantra, and then you just say it in reverse. Sat Gur Prasad Ek Onkar. Okay? So that's, I'm going to recite it. Ek Onkar Sat Gur Prasad Ek Onkar. That's it. Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad Sat Guru Prasad Ek Onkar. Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad Sat Guru Prasad Ek Onkar. So that's the mantra. So the trick in this mantra is, or the technique is, we're going to inhale and then we're going to recite the mantra X number of times on one exhale. So the kind of recommended number to build up to is to recite it 5 times on one exhale. Okay, so that's like this. Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad Sat Guru Prasad Ek Onkar Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad Sat Guru Prasad Ek Onkar Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad Sat Guru Prasad Ek Onkar Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad Sat Guru Prasad Ek Onkar Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad Sat Guru Prasad Ek Onkar. Now, if you can't do that many, you can start with 2 or 3. Probably pretty much everyone can do 2 or 3. So 2 would be Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad Sat Guru Prasad Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad Sat Guru Prasad Ek Onkar. All right, and then what you do is you build up over time to get up to 5. Right? You can do 5 to start with, great. All right. So that's what you want to aim for. So kind of the standard, so to speak, is to be able to do it for 5 to 11 minutes while doing 5 repetitions out loud per exhale. So you're going to do 5, you're going to say it 5 times in a row without catching your breath at all. All right. But like I said, don't worry about how many times you do it. You can only do it once. That's fine too. And then just build up. Okay. So, Ek Onkar Sat Guru Prasad Sat Guru Prasad Ek Onkar. So this is the mantra and method to turn negative thoughts into positive thoughts. So I said that there's a physical focus. So what is it? So what you're going to be physically paying attention to is the vibrations that are being created in your upper palate of your mouth, and that they're then resonating throughout the cranium. Okay? So while you do this mantra, your tongue is striking your upper palate to make the consonants. That's like a drum beat. So feel that resonance. And then it's going to send the sound waves through your head, through your brain. So feel that too. So feel that hitting and that vibrating. And as you feel that, you're paying attention to it. That is what's creating the clearing. That actual sonic vibration is vibrating your brain structure and clearing out the subconscious. So it's actually like a sonic massage that's doing that. So I'll put the mantra back up in a second, but in the meantime, are there any questions about this method? Did it all make sense? Yeah? Okay. So we're going to do this for 3 minutes. It's okay to go really fast. You can find the speed that works for you.
Hand position, David, any?
No given hand position. So you can choose whatever. Kind of a default in Kundalini Yoga is this hand position, if one isn't given, and place it on the back of your hand on your knee. And that can be either like this or like this with the arm out straight, or it can just be relaxed like that. That's kind of just like they don't give you one, you can do that one, or you can do none. You just have your hands relaxed in your lap. Okay? Makes sense, Dominic? Anyone else? Okay. All right, so we're going to do this for 3 minutes. I'll put the mantra back up. I know it's with your eyes closed, but if you need to read it, then it's totally fine reading it to learn it. You're here to learn things, so that's fine for training wheels. Okay, so here we go. I'll do it out loud for the first few times, and then I will go mute my mic. Ekonkar Sadguru Prasad Sadguru Prasad Ekonkar 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 Ekonkar Sadguru Prasad Sadguru Prasad Ekonkar. Okay, inhale deep. Hold the breath. Squeeze the whole body. Exhale. Inhale, hold, squeeze, exhale. One more time. Inhale, hold, squeeze the whole body, exhale. There isn't any given conclusion to that, but that's just kind of a generic one you can use to, or just do, if they don't give one, you don't have to do any conclusion thing, or you can just do kind of inhale, hold, and relax 1 to 3 times. So I'd like to hear from anyone who wants to share what their experience of this has been, and I'll start. I've been doing this on a regular basis for 11 minutes a day, along with another method which is specifically designed for removing anger. What my results have been is that I just basically just feeling like positive all the time. I'm just feel like everything is great, everything is working, you know, just like, wow, everything is good. And I really noticed it after I started doing this technique to turn negative thoughts into positive thoughts, that I was really like, it wasn't like I was having like these declarative sentences in my mind that were like massively positive things, but I just was feeling like positive, just feeling positive, just like everything is good. Just this feeling like everything is fantastic. And so I definitely saw that start happening after doing this technique. So that's what my result is, has been of doing this. And like to hear from any of you that would like to share.
How long have you been doing it?
I've been doing this technique for about a month, but the results started of just a few days in.
Nice.
Well, when you said you did another one, the anger exercise, was that one of the ones that you taught us last week?
No, I haven't.
On
no,
fear?
I haven't taught it
done
yet.
it
No.
Okay.
Do you guys want to learn it today? You can.
How long do you do this one for?
This method is for between 5 and 11 minutes. And it's good to get as rapidly as you can, because it's like a jackhammer. So the faster, the better. Don't try to go insanely fast and trip yourself up, but you know, it's one of the parts of it is to go rapidly.
Can you do more than 5?
That is, I have to ask my teacher about that. I've experimented with doing it up to 8 or 9 per exhale, and I was able to, but the instructions aren't totally clear, so I have to clarify that part. I'll try to get an answer.
Oh, great. Yeah. Because this is really a good exercise for me for respiratory. It's like
Yeah.
respiratory therapists should teach this.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of yoga techniques that work for common health problems, along with their kind of, mental and spiritual benefits. Okay, who else would like to share what your experience was of doing this technique for 3 minutes? Okay, so there's something that I want to point out that is really kind of part of the essence of the whole Kundalini Yoga thing. All right. And so we're making these funny sounds from India, and I'm telling you like they do this and that or whatever. But there's something that's beyond all of that we're really trying to actually tap into, that does all the work for you when you do tap into it. And that is called the Nod. Not like the land of Nod going to sleep, but N-A-A-D. Okay? Nod is actually a form of yoga. There's Nod yoga, and that's the yoga of the sound current. So the sound current is actually what you're doing the mantras to enter into. It's a subtle thing, but it's really the power of the method is the Nod. So what this means is that when you are doing it, you're actually paying attention to the result and the feeling, and you are kind of like tuning into, slipping into this sound current, which once you're in it, then it carries you and it does the work. That's the secret of Kundalini Yoga right there, especially the ones that have mantras. So the first off is that I'm making you aware that this exists, that you can do this. So you can do the mantras mechanically, and they're going to have a great benefit. But it's kind of like riding a bike. You can get, quite a distance in a fairly short period of time. But if you have an electric bike, you can go so much farther and faster. So the Nod is like adding a jet engine to your bike. So the sound current is just like there. It's not anything that you have to like go anywhere. It's just completely available. And when you are chanting and reciting in such a way that you are losing your rigidity and you are opening yourself and you are getting into a flow, and things are rolling and the energy is building and it's just going along, then you're getting into the nod. You're getting into the sound current. You are actually making the sounds, but you're kind of entering into this esoteric flow that is doing the process. And that is massively more effective to do it that way. So I can't really exactly say what this is. So I'm kind of talking, it's like you can't say what awareness is. You can only say what it's not. But I'm talking around it in such a way to stimulate kind of a feeling in you to understand what it is that I'm saying, or to kind of energetically grasp into this idea of entering into something that's larger than yourself. And that power that's there is freely available and kind of really the engine behind this whole thing. So it's not something that you have to puzzle over. Oh my God, I'm in the nod. It's a way of letting go of yourself and chanting in such a way that it becomes a rhythmic flow where you're not kind of engrossed in thought, or you've learned these methods today. You didn't know them before today. It's going to take you a little while to become freely familiar with them, but probably not that long. And once you've gotten to the point where you're beyond, what are the mechanics? Do I put my finger here or there or whatever? Once the mechanics become kind of habitualized, which for many of the techniques can happen in 1 or 2 sessions, then you can let go of the technique. It's happening on its own, and let your mind and spirit kind of enter into connecting with the energy in this. When we do the invoking mantra, we're connecting to the spiritual energy in general. But then when you're chanting, you are by intention saying, I'm going into the sound current. Or you don't have to say in your mind, I'm going into the sound current. But there's a feeling, if you've ever attended like a kirtan concert, it's very easy to get into that current when you're there, because there's all this chanting going on and everyone's praising God and everything. Or even sometimes like us, even like if you go to like a Black Baptist church, sometimes they'll get into actually the sound current, because they're all kind of transcending themselves. But anyway, with these mantras, it's 10 times easier. So I hope that made sense. Yeah, because that's kind of the deal. So I haven't mentioned this in the previous meetups, but it's really not that hard to go into. And by having gone through the Finder's course, you've probably removed a lot of your obstacles. And so I wanted you to know about this aspect of it, because that's what will do the work for you, so to speak, or kind of carry you right through your progression, right through your transformation. Questions, comments?
Well, thank you so much for all that explanation. I had experience being at a sound healing type of thing, and it's like, oh my God, and so that encourages me to do the chanting and that sort of thing more fully, because I know what that experience is, to just be totally in that flow of the sound. Yeah.
Perfect. So you just remember that when you start your mantras.
Okay.
Remember the sound healing feeling and just be with that, and then you'll be there.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. Okay. So people have expressed the desire to learn the anger clearing method. You guys want to learn that one? It wasn't on the docket for today, but I'm more than happy to share it with you if you want it. Okay, this is the simplest one of all. All right. So this is super simple. The thing is, though, the only thing is that this technique is supposed to be practiced only for exactly 11 minutes, not more or less. So it's usually the teachings aren't given that, you know, it has to be specifically this amount of time, but this is an exception. So here it is. It's real simple. You just sit in any comfortable position with your eyes closed. That's it. Straight spine is the only general Kundalini Yoga thing. And there's no hand position given, so you can do whatever you want on that. And we're going to chant a one-word mantra. I'll share it with you now. The mantra is Geo, just like the letter G and the letter O. And then what you do is you recite, you just keep, there's no kind of like given teaching on how you inhale or exhale. You just keep reciting it as much as you can. Let the inhales come where they may. So I'll demonstrate how it goes. Geo, 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 geo. Geo, 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 etc. That's it. Okay. So you chant Geo rapidly out loud, eyes closed, and just like the last one, you're going to really pay attention to the upper palate like you're playing a drum. You feel that. Okay. And each Geo, your tongue is hitting the upper palate in a very specific point. That meridian is helping you a lot. And then the rest of the sound is actually vibrating inside your head, and pay attention to that. And of course, you can like go into the nod. So that's the method right there. That's all there is to it. Are there any questions?
Yeah, David, is this for anger that is currently existing, or is this for like anger from the past?
So this technique has given for, if I'm angry, I'm going to sit down and do this now. So it has the power to even kind of neutralize, even if you're red hot angry, it can work. It's that effective. But I'm using it as I've extended it on my own to kind of a clearing practice. So I'm doing it on a daily basis when I'm not angry. I'm just sitting down to do it, and I'll just do it as a way of clearing my residual anger that I might have, I do have, you know, whatever anger's in there, I'd like to get out. So I have done it in two ways. One is I just focus on the mantra and let it do its work. And then occasionally I'll think of stuff I'm angry about while I'm doing it, to let it I bring it up mentally while I'm doing it to let it clear out. So you can do it either way. Yeah. This is the simplest technique. So this is the one I was doing right before. I would do 11 minutes of this one and then 11 minutes of the Ekonkar Satguru Prasad Ekonkar. But you don't have to do it that way. But I personally put those two together, and the combination of those was creating just tremendous feeling of freedom and positivity throughout the day, and like everything is going great for me and all of that. So if you guys are up for it, we can do this one. Yay or nay? You up for this? You want to do this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're going to do 11 minutes. So in this case, I'm going to, if we don't get a lot of feedback, we're going to try, and if we get a lot of feedback, I'm just going to turn them off. But let's try it. Whoever's willing to have your mic on can turn on your mic, and then we can kind of join into this energy together. If you don't want to, that's fine. No pressure. Yeah. Okay. So to review, comfortable sitting position with the spine straight, If you happen to be in a chair, the good thing is to have both feet flat on the floor, hands wherever you want. If you want to do this on the knees, that's fine. And eyes completely closed in this case. We're going to say Geo out loud, just keep doing Geo, 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 like that. Feel the upper palate vibration and feel the vibration throughout the head. Doesn't matter if you think about angry stuff or not. That's totally optional. Just do the mantra. Just focus on the mantra. Okay. Here we go. Geo, 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 All right, inhale. Hold. Put your attention at the third eye, please. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Hold the breath. Focus at the third eye. And exhale. Lenny.
I have an irregularity in my palate that makes this difficult to say without a lot of effort. So I'm only able to say it about half as fast as everybody else I hear. Will that matter?
Your speed that works for you is what your system needs. So don't worry about that. It's not a speed contest.
Okay.
Whatever is rapidly for you, that's rapidly.
Okay.
So just let that be okay. You're perfect.
But is it more important to get the sounds right than to go fast? Because I kept coming. I wasn't saying geo all the time. It was like morphing into something else.
Yeah, it starts to become occasionally nonsense syllables. Just gradually, just gently bring yourself back to geo. There's no worries. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Does it have to be a vocal sound? I mean, can it be more of a breathy sound, or is it better to have more of the vocal cords in it?
Occasionally I'll drift off into almost whispering. I don't worry about it. I just bring myself back to, you can do it quietly, you know, geo, like that. I do that quite a bit.
Okay.
One of the things that I sometimes do is the most important thing is to feel the vibration at the points that I told you about. But occasionally what I'll do is sometimes I will actually, anger has a characteristic feeling to it. So I'm not angry at the moment. and I'm not remembering an angry time, but I'm actually just tuning into what does anger feel like? What is that? It feels like, anyway, I won't describe how it feels, but it feels a certain way. And then I try to hold that feeling and do the mantra at the same time to try to actually, to try to process that out of myself.
Okay.
There's no need to do that, but I'm just mentioning one of the things that I do sometimes during this practice.
Okay.
So,
David, I found myself kind of rocking back and forth. Is that okay?
yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah, no worries. All kinds of stuff comes up. We move our bodies around. For a while I was holding my arms out. You just, it's just processing you. So stuff happens. It's okay. It's okay. That's what it's for. It's gonna put you through whatever. It's you're using a sound to get rid of anger. So it's obviously it's working at a deep level. That's the point. Yeah. So it's getting in there, it's doing its thing. Yeah.
How do you incorporate this on a daily basis? I mean, with meditation and if you're doing self-inquiry, and are you saying who is chanting? Or
Oh no, don't do self-inquiry during this.
okay.
No. That's two separate techniques. Generally speaking, what I would recommend that you do is if you want to incorporate your mantra techniques or your Kundalini Yoga stuff and your finders and awareness type stuff all in one session, then I would most likely I would do the mantras first and the awareness type or meditative type or who am I or inquiry or whatever second, because that's more meditative. And the kriyas are actually raising your vibration. So generally speaking, invocation, kriya type stuff, and then meditation or awareness type stuff, and then the completion mantra is kind of one good general framework. Because typically in Kundalini Yoga, you do the more active stuff first, and then the meditative stuff second, because it works better that way. That's just kind of a very general, not a rule, but kind of a rough guideline that mostly works. Speaking of which, let's do our closing mantra right now in case people have to go. And then if you have any further questions, we can go ahead and answer those. So the closing mantra is, I'll put it back up, the long sat and short num. So the same hand position that we used at the beginning. Here we go. Sat num. Sat num. Sat num. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Okay, so that's the closing part. All right, so so any kind of open floor for any questions you might have or sharing. Like, for instance, like how was this geo thing for you, or what happened in your?
I'll go first. I really liked it, and what I noticed at one time, a memory from childhood came up as I was chanting that, and then like beneath that anger, I didn't feel the anger at the time, but at that memory it was there, and then just such sadness and sorrow that I hadn't felt at that time either. So I would just assume that was being released after the anger was also there.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much, Patricia. I appreciate that. That's kind of how this stuff works. You know, it's not, the whole point is to work at other than the conscious level. And, you know, because that's where most of it is. And that's where we really need the healing. You know, most people on this meetup have done huge amounts of stuff of all kinds of different kinds, but a lot of us have cleared a lot of stuff we're conscious of. Right? So this is for the other, you know. And this is to clear both conscious and subconscious stuff. But a couple of words about anger. You know, in the Buddhist tradition, anger is really the worst thing. It's the thing that actually burns up your spiritual progress, or your level that you're at can be kind of demoted through anger. So it's really kind of the worst enemy. So the thing is that people don't really understand how valuable the Kundalini Yoga techniques are. Any one of the ones, pretty much, any one of the ones could actually take you by themselves. You could just do like one of them and you could do like miracles with it. You know, I like to teach lots of different stuff and I'm happy to share as much as I can with you guys. But just like this one, the Geo one or Ekonkar Sadguru Prasad Ekonkar, either one of those could totally transform you just by itself. That's how, you know, I mean, just imagine if anger was not a part of your life, period, what kind of person would you be? It's an enormous transformation right there, you know. Or if you didn't have to deal with negative thoughts, that right there by itself is, you know, a galactic level transformation. So, yeah. Catherine.
I noticed that maybe because it was just easier to remember, but I felt like my mind blanked out, like off and on. It was just kind of like there would be like I don't know, no thoughts, but I mean, I was aware that there was like this, just a general feeling, but no thinking going. So
perfect. Yeah, that's actually very good. Yeah, good. You don't have to try to make that happen, but if it is happening, that's a great sign. You know, because you're just being there in awareness and the mantra is doing its work. There's nothing fighting it. But it's not like if you have a thought during chanting a mantra that is like making it not work. Don't think that. You know, this stuff is actually very, very simple. It doesn't have a whole lot of crazy nuances you have to be aware of. Am I doing it just right? Posture, mudra, mantra, eye position, and breath. That's it. Just try to get those as close as you can. It's kind of a middle ground between do it as taught, pay attention to that, but simultaneously don't be obsessed with, you know, don't make it a huge focus of, oh my God, am I doing this just right? Because then you're just, you know, it's not necessary to do that. That's all I'm saying. If you noticed, oh, I didn't do part of it right I just noticed I wasn't doing part of it right for a minute or two. Fine. I mean, the practice, the doing of the practice and learning as you go, and you're going to slip into parts where something wasn't right and come back. And then as you do it, then you master it. Generally speaking, in Kundalini Yoga, it's taught that if you want to gain a base result of a practice, you commit to doing it for 40 days in a row. That's the basic commitment that you can make. I'm not telling you have to, but 40 days is a particular known time in Kundalini Yoga, known duration. You're doing it every day for that many days. Like I'm doing a few different things right now, but one of them I've committed. I'm going to be doing it for 40 days in a row. And then because that's a cycle at which a particular result happens. Then there's some longer cycles too, like 90 days and so on. But 40 days is kind of a basic one. Dominic, you have, what do you want to throw in here at this point?
That was way cool. There was a bunch of stuff. I actually had kind of the opposite experience. I had a lot of conscious things that I was aware of over the last few years. Just in the mind, just went like a little gerbil and went back and picked them up and said, oh look, here's anger. Oh look, here's anger. Oh look, here's anger. And so maybe there's like still stuff. It's all been worked on, but there must have been like some shreds that still weren't finished. And so it went back and just like picked them all up again, and it just kind of floated away on the mantra. That is fascinating. I could feel like the energy moving in my arms and my fingers.
Awesome. Thank you.
I feel happiness, David. Thank you very, very much.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sue. This one and the Eckankar one both make me feel when I'm done like everything is great in my life. I'm all fine. This is wonderful. I just feel like, yay. So yeah, happy to share it with you.
Thank you for sharing. They're awesome. Good.
Thank you guys very much. Next week, there probably won't be this meetup because I'll be at the Vortex Healing in Arizona. But on the next time we hold it, which usually is going to be every week, it'll be at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So I want to thank you all for being here. And I will, if I have your email address, I will send you the notes